fantastic. I am back home from Spain at last. It did take a while, but here we are. Today I want to do a look with some of the stuff I've purchased from Spain or stuff that I've purchased while in Spain, and show you all the things that I've purchased in Spain. And I think I mentioned to you all in past videos while I was in Spain that I was going to do a purchase from Glam Shop, and that's what I did. Now, Glam Shop is not a Spanish brand, and it's not a brand that is sold in Spain, but they were having a sale while I was in Spain, and of course Spain and Poland both being in the European Union, it's a lot cheaper to order things while you're in the EU, and it's a lot faster shipping while you're in the EU, so that's what I did. I purchased from Glam Shop a whole lot of singles, and I think I had mentioned that I was going to do that because they were having that sale. But then separate from singles, I bought this liquid eyeshadow. Again, it was on a sale with 4 of their brushes, just because I kind of like their brushes, and I feel like I'm missing small-headed brushes. We've talked about this, and I mentioned how much I like number EO2 from Singe, which I have here, this one, and I was looking to see if I can replace this, and I purchased this one, which is kind of the same kind of brush. It's a little bit larger head, and we're gonna probably use it today. This is 0118, the Glam Shop one. I think I mentioned that this is a liquid eyeshadow. This is actually a colorful shadow base, so this is not supposed to be a liquid shadow. And then I did put a relatively large order with Glam Shop, and they sent me this one, which is their regular eyeshadow base, gratis or free. I am probably gonna try this one today, so let's get started with that. I purchased some colorful bases from another brand while I was in Australia, and I'm gonna talk about those also quickly today because I didn't make a video talking about my trip to Australia and some of the makeup that I purchased there. At the time, I thought it might come off as a little bit, I don't know, pretentious maybe to talk about the amount of traveling that I do, and I do feel like it might give the wrong impression because I'm actually traveling mostly for work. And although it's amazing to have the kind of opportunity to travel, there is a lot of work involved, which is part of the reason why I can't upload as much, separate from the bandwidth issues that I've been having. Well, some of you all might be watching this from Spain or other countries or even Australia, so maybe this is actually more useful to you all than I think. And if that's the case, let me know. So in that spirit, I'm going to quickly talk about a few things that I picked up from Australia. I was there a few months ago, and they have this store called Mecca Max, which is sort of their Ulta equivalent, Ulta Sephora type of a place. And from there, I was just talking about colorful eyeshadow bases. I bought these two. These are actually liquid eyeshadows, but I purchased them so that I could use them as eyeshadow bases, and I haven't had the chance to use them yet. And we're gonna use them, maybe not today, but we're gonna use them sometime soon. Also, these are store brand from Mecca, so essentially it would be sort of like buying store brand from Ulta or Sephora branded items. And I have used a Mecca branded palette in one of my to buy or not to buys that I will tag in the description box below, Beauties. When I put that video up, I was actually in Australia. And another thing that I picked up from Australia were these. I bought these from also Mecca Max store. These are just brushes, again, store branded brushes, and I kind of wanted to test them. They look pretty nice, so we'll see. Maybe I'll get to use these also in my look today. We'll see, but if not today, I'll use them at some point. So as you can see, this eye base gave my eyes kind of a tint of pink. Okay, we'll see how the eyeshadows stick to it. Talking about a few other things I purchased while I was in Spain from Glam Shop. I had mentioned to you all that they were having this gigantic sale. At some point in the sale, some deal that I took advantage of was buy one, get one free on everything that had a discount before they went on sale, before the sale started. So I ended up getting a lot of singles because, I would buy one and then one of them would be free. And I bought a good number of singles, and the ones of you who know me are now going to say, girl, half of these are neutral colors. And you're right, because I noticed I don't have a lot of browns in my collection, and we've been talking a lot about stepping out of comfort zones this year, right? So I thought to myself that might be something I want to do. Another thing that I noticed when I was duping some of the palettes, including, for example, the Cold Moon palette from Ensley Rain, I'll tag the video below, or the Twilight palette with ColourPop, that I don't have a lot of cool tone brown singles. I have very few brown singles to begin with, let alone cool tone browns. You all know that. So I was like, well, this is gonna limit my ability to do palette, which is something that I'm planning on doing this year for you all and also for myself, so that I reduce the incentive to purchase palettes, which is part of the reason why I purchased some of these. If you notice, a lot of these are just cool toned neutrals. The other thing is that I'm a huge fan of Glam Shop singles. Some of these mattes were 40 cents or something ridiculous. And when you're ordering from Europe, you're paying exactly that price. There is no taxes. That is the price you're paying. I'm also looking forward to using some of these, which are relatively unique colors to my collection. So I bought these, and the bottom row here is also, the four at the bottom are also new Glam Shops that I bought. I have a video in my channel swatching my Glam Shop collection, the Glam Shop collection that I have purchased to date, and it's one of my mostly watched videos, so you can be guaranteed that I'm gonna do a swatch video for these, because I feel like Glam Shop is a very popular brand globally. The stuff that's left in this palette are from Copacetic that I had ordered back during Black Friday sale, and I received them when I got here, not from Spain, so we're not going to talk about that in this video, but you've all requested swatch of Copacetic, and that will come too. Some swatch videos, beauties, take a long time to edit, particularly when you're swatching multichromes. I want to show them from multiple different angles and so on, but I'm definitely going to make those videos. It's just might take a little bit of time. But let's get started on the look. And what I actually want to use today is something that I did not show yet, and that is this palette that I purchased from Crash Cosmetics, which is a Spanish indie brand and a pretty colorful brand, as you can see. Also, honestly, it's relatively decently priced. This palette still has the price on, was 30 euros. And, you know, again, in Europe, that's the price you're paying. So relatively decently priced. The palette is gigantic, though. I have already used this palette. I videoed for you all a to buy or not to buy a week and a half ago. Unfortunately, I never had a chance to edit that video. I'm probably gonna video another short to buy or not to buy with anything that has come out recently, and I'm going to release that to buy or not to buy this weekend, because there's a lot of stuff that I talked about in that video that I still want to put the video up. And then there's a whole lot of new things that have come out since I made that video, because, well, brands are not stopping their launches. But I also kind of want to show you all the eye look that I made with this palette, and that eye look is actually up on my Instagram. If you follow me on Instagram, if you don't follow me, girl, what are you doing? Follow me on Instagram. And link is in the description box below if you're interested. Maybe I should hold it like this because they're heart-shaped and they're super cute. So as I mentioned, I've already done an eye look with this palette, but let's do another eye look because this is such a colorful palette. And since I mentioned I want to use 0118, let's do that. I'm going to go into this beautiful, super neon pink type of a color. Very nice. And I'm going to put this in my crease. And you can see this is such a pigmented palette. When I went to purchase this palette, I purchased it from a store called Primor. Frankly, when I'm in the US, I have a lot more free time, and because I'm mostly working when I'm going on these trips, I haven't had a chance to edit that video for you all, but I do have a video where I talk about different stores like Sephora, Ulta equivalent type of stores that I found in Malaga, and I will put that video up sometime soon. And I bought this palette from Primor, which is sort of a Sephora Ulta equivalent. You know, it has high-end brands, low-end brands, even indie brands similar to this one. Of course, you can purchase this brand from Crash Cosmetics website itself as well, but you can see the pigmentation. This is just amazing. Let's now go on with this one. This is 0126, and I'm going to go into Umbrella. This beautiful purple, and start deepening this out. While I'm doing this, I have to also mention that Crash Cosmetics has two sort of sister brands. So if you go on Crash Cosmetics website, well, I don't know if you can purchase anything from the US from that website because I don't think the brand is available in the US. And I'm guessing the website is probably ending in ES, which is the Spanish or Spain's country code. You should be able to see the sister brands. One of those sister brands is Lilac, and I purchased this empty magnetic palettes with singles that are in it. The singles looked very, very shimmery and sparkly and beautiful, which is part of the reason I purchased them. Unfortunately, in the stores that I went to, you could not swatch these. The only one I could swatch was this one, Your Special. And the swatch for that looked so beautiful. It reminds me of a Regal from Cleona. I will swatch all of these for you all on camera in a different video. I haven't touched these yet. But the rest of them I could not swatch. They did not have testers. So I just kind of went by how they looked. And they look kind of sparkly and duochromy, as you can see. So I'm kind of excited to use them and show them to you all. They actually had more than these, but these were the ones that kind of looked nice. They had a few that looked like they had a black base, and I didn't want to buy anything with black base. I've realized I have a lot of black base multichromes that I don't even use. And in fact, you know what? Maybe I'll try this pink one in my look today, because I'm thinking that one looks kind of nice. It reminds me of a little bit of Turbo Snap from Glam Shop, but Turbo Snap has an orange shift as well. In purchasing these from Lilac, the three bottom ones came in a container with an eyeshadow base, or this says this is a pigment adhesive base, so I'm not sure if this is just a regular base or glitter glue, but I'm going to use it as a glitter glue when I apply that pink shadow later today. And also this brush that is supposed to be, I'm guessing, for picking up these kinds of pigments. Now, I don't really pick up my pigments with a brush, but I can test and see. I've already washed all of these, and similarly for all the other brushes that I showed. Never use your brushes right out of the container. You don't know where they have been. And I'm sure after watching my what I take on a trip video with me, video tags below, you all know I'm extremely obsessive about sanitizing everything. So I would never use brushes without cleaning them first. Okay, beauties, I noticed a tiny portion did not get saved, so I'm just going to repeat myself. I realized this look is just way too in your face and bold, so I wanted to diffuse it a little bit, so I went into 1,000 Miles, which is this brown color with this tiny brush from Glam Shop. This is 0 and I started going under my lower lash line. In case I did not mention, the name of this palette is Prom Night. Why is a Spanish brand using English name? I have no idea. If you know, let me know. So much pigmentation. I'm loving this. Now, as promised, I'm going to use a little bit of this lilac pigment base. Tiny bit of it on both eyes. And I mentioned that Crash Cosmetics has two sister brands. One of them is Lilac, and there's another one that I didn't buy anything from because that mostly had liners, eyeliners, and face pigments and blushes and stuff like that, and you know, that's not what I use. If I go back to Spain and this time they have other kind of products like eyeshadows and whatnot, I'll buy something. Okay, as promised, let's go into this color. So this one looks kind of translucent, so I feel like I can see my skin color from under it. And it has, as you can see, sort of a purpley shimmer or shift on top. And I'm just going to put it over where I put the base. I think this looks pretty good with this eyeshadow look. And these singles, when I touch them, they are pretty wet to the touch and kind of squishy. So I could imagine if I dig my finger into it, it could like cave in. But they're not super, super squishy. Let's use this one. Let me do this on camera so that you can see. I'm going to take it back into that color. You see, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of moving the, I think a part of it even fell, but you see it's kind of flaky. I always feel like these brushes eat my shadows, which is why I don't use them. But hey, I'm taking one for the team. Okay, that shifty color is done. And now I picked a little bit of that pink on this shadow. This is from Mecha Max. This is the Eye Intensifier. It's an eyeshadow brush that has kind of a slanted head. And I am using it to kind of diffuse bright pink color into my skin. And I'm also going to use that same brush with the color on it to blend the lower lash line. The pink that I used is super pigmented, but I have managed to get a little bit of it in places that I did not intend to. So I do need to do a little bit of cleanup. Other than that, my eye look is done. Let me put a lipstick on. I still have a few more things to show you, and I'll be right back. Okay, beauties, I actually haven't put the lipstick on because I realized I do have a few lipstick that I want to show you from Spain, and I have not even unboxed these. So let's unbox them on camera. This one is one of the Matex lipsticks from Crash. So one thing is that in Spain, stores actually tape their products so that you can't tamper with them, which I suppose is a good thing. So it's fully taped, so I need to kind of break the tape before I can open it. Yeah, another thing that they do a lot of times is that they tape the product and they tape this kind of a tag to it so that you don't steal it. I mean, I am supposing these are very common things, meaning like things can get stolen in these kinds of stores, so I don't particularly have anything against them other than the fact that these tapes could really stick to things and then make them kind of, you know, then stick to everything. Yeah, like now I have to go figure out how I'm gonna remove this thing. Give me 1 second. Okay, in that removal process, the tip of my lipstick kind of got damaged. Now, whatever, it is just a lipstick and I'm gonna use it and it's gonna get damaged anyway, but it kind of, I was trying to get it to open and yeah. Now, as far as lipstick color is concerned, this was the most neutral color that they have, and I was looking for something neutralish. And it does have the Crash K, the trademark sign on it, like embossed on it, which is kind of cute. And I'm gonna put it on. It's supposed to be a matte lipstick. And we know that my lips are always chopped. They do have a very mild floral smell, which is not my top choice, frankly, but I'm liking the color. I actually don't know if I have a lot of lipsticks this color. It's pretty nice, although I was expecting it to be much lighter than this. I was kind of looking for something that would substitute Manila for me from Ofra, but in a bullet format. But this one is much more darker in color. I mean, I was kind of expecting it would be this color, and we clearly see they're not even in the same time zone. Although it's kind of bizarre because I feel like on camera it looks more red, but in person it's more closer to that color. So full disclosure, they had samplers of the lipsticks open and I did smell them. And the thing is that the samplers are left in the store like this, as it is with Sephora and other stores as well. And they did not smell, and I think maybe because the smell is very faint, maybe it dissipates over time, so maybe my solution is to just leave it out like this for the smell to go. And the other things that I bought, one of them is this bullet lipstick from another Spanish brand called Mina. Now this brand had eyeshadow palettes. I'll put photos on the screen. I'll try to find photos and put them on the screen for you all. Again, this thingy, now thankfully it's not stuck to it. And thankfully it's not glued or anything, but you can see what it looks like. Actually, let me show you. So this is what it looks like. And this color is, it says made in Italy, but it's a Spanish brand. 845 is the name of the color. And the reason I bought this is because it's a blue lipstick, and I do not have a blue lipstick. I did want to buy something that I don't have a lot of or any of, so that I'm not duping my stuff. You all have seen my lipstick and lip products collection, so I don't need any more lipsticks. If you have not seen my lip product collection, it's the best incentive to stop you from buying more lipsticks. So go watch that video. And this one also has a very faint scent of sort of like florally kind of a thing. And it also has an embossing of the Mina sign on it. And then last but not least, I also bought this one from Mina. This is supposed to be a mascara, a colored mascara. I do have some footage of how this is displayed in the store that I'll show you in the other video where I talk about, you know, the different brands and the stores you can buy stuff at in Spain. But the way this is displayed in store puts a lot of emphasis on how they have so many different color options and so on, which is part of the reason why I wanted to buy a colorful lipstick and a colorful mascara from them, because these are colors that I don't have. And they put this whole tag thingy in there so you can't just get it out. I have to kind of open it, you see? Yeah, so this is our mascara, and you know what? Let me just apply it right now. So this is the applicator, and yeah, it smells like mascara. It doesn't smell like anything. Thankfully, they also had like yellow and other colors, and I even tried the yellow on my lashes, but I have very thick and dark lashes, so a light color like yellow is going to have the black show from under it, so it's just gonna look ridiculous. But this kind of color is gonna look nice. I'll bring the camera in a minute closer and show you this look from close up. This is the eye look from close up. You should be able to see the mascara also. I do have to say, turning this up and down is a little bit of a challenge. Like, it's not as smooth. It kind of gets stuck a little bit. Now for the final items that I did not show because you're already seeing it. Nails. What I'm wearing is Essence. In one of my videos I mentioned I did not know that Essence has nail polish. Does Essence have nail polish in the US? I don't think I've ever seen a nail polish from Essence, and I bought this for like €2. Again, no taxes. And I've used them. This looks like an amazing color, and it looks fantastic for €2. It's a bargain. Now again, beauties, these are not my own nails. I wear fake nails because I have super brittle nails. I can't grow my nails this long, and I love long nails. So I have to wear, you know, the press-ons, and then I apply a nail polish on top of that. If you care about the press-ons, I buy the press-ons. Well, these are the ones that I bought from Australia. These are the ones, the same brands that I purchased from Kmart. I showed the brand in my stuff that I took to Spain with me video is below, but I don't think the name of the brand matters. It's a press-on nail that I apply nail polish on top of. In the US, I usually just buy Kiss, and you can buy it for like $5-6 from Walmart for like 100 nails. And the other thing that I purchased was this from Catrice. This is sort of a duochromatic color. This is sort of a seafoamy color with a purpley pinky shift. Now in Spain, when you purchase these, they are actually completely taped around the top, similar to the other tapings that you saw, so that you can't use them or swatch them and whatnot. So I literally had to purchase this based on what it looks like. I'm probably gonna apply it at some point, and I'll tell you all if I like it or not. I mean, it looks pretty nice if this is what it looks like. It might not be as amazing as, I don't know, a Cleona sort of a multichrome, but I don't expect multichrome colors. I think I bought this for like €2 or something like that, €2-3. So I was not expecting that. And then I also bought these two for super discount, about all 4 of these from Primor. Now this is Pierre Cardin, which is, I think, a designer. Mon Joli Vernis, which means my pretty nails or nail polish. The reason I bought this is because I don't have a green nail polish, and that's part of the reason why I bought these also. And you know, it was St. Patrick's. I kind of was like, you know, it's a sign. These were for, well, discounted for €1, so I bought this. And this one I could swatch. They had a tester of it, and the swatch was super, super glittery. And I think you can kind of see this is sort of a lemony color with kind of a shift of green, like a hint of green. And it's extremely glittery. I'm sure I'll wear it at some point and we can see how it's gonna look like. But I believe that's everything. If there's anything else, we'll probably talk about it at some point in the future in some video. But that is everything. This video has been long enough. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Let me know if you want me to do anything particular with any of these items. More looks with the prom night palette will be coming up. Stay tuned. I love you all. Have an amazing day, and until next time. Bye.